highs can be so high and the lows can be so low. And within such a split second of being like, okay, great, we've just got this, or this contract hasn't worked, and you kind of feel like I set my goal on this exact thing, and when this doesn't happen, I'm like, okay, a bit of a downer, but then we try and go for something bigger, try and like always shoot for the moon, as I can see you do, definitely, Mikey.
And I started to get a lot of messages, and not like kind of the messages I got when I was a YouTuber. It was more like, I like what you're doing, I think this is cool, like, and I remember just messaging so many influencers. Probably, I think I messaged you actually to ask you to promote it, but like,
you did. The irony I was like, ignored.
I'm a bit weird, like, you know, because always you're thinking about the work or the business or where you want to take it. I'll be sat at dinners or whatever, and someone will be talking about non-work stuff, and I just like stare, like, because I'm just thinking about so many different things at the whole time, and you have to question, am I being a nice person? Am I being a nice person? Like, but I want to get there so much. I'm prepared to do anything to get there, but then you're like, shit, did I treat that person right?
That was some tough times, actually. It was like, we have to raise this much money in this amount of time, otherwise they're not going to build, we're not going to be able to open it, and then that's game over.
He now wants to do a podcast.
No.
Yeah. But it's quite cool.
It's good fun, especially when you've got it all like set up and all the proper equipment and everything. You feel like a real like podcaster.
Yeah, it's cool.
Minus carrying it all around.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't. I had to walk a mile with all of this in a bag, and it was ridiculous.
It weighs a fucking.
I got here and I was dripping with sweat. Yeah. Talking about setting businesses up and doing everything. It's not easy, is it?
Yeah. Running around.
Right, welcome back to Freedomimpact Trust. It's AJ and Curtis here. And
straight in then, Curtis.
Yeah, we're jumping straight in. I'm getting straight in. You know, we're starting, we're talking. We are in the heart of London, Battersea Power Station, and we are in Clean Kitchen. We've got the two co-owners, the CEOs, Mikey and Verity. Guys, how are you?
I'm very good. No,
we're good.
It's really cool. We were just discussing how cool this is. Well, yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, I was just explaining earlier. We were out with an investor last night, and we've got this one investor who just loves champagne. And like, how do you say no? And he goes, another bottle? And I'm like, oh my God, I can just feel myself just getting absolutely hammered.
But also, it was a suggestion as well. I was like, okay, right, we'll have one more for the road, one more. Okay, vodka martini. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's not one more for the road, that's one more for the party.
At the end, and I'm like, it's just fun, you know. And then next thing you know, you're blackout drunk. Yeah. You're like, oh my God, what was I saying to this investor?
More importantly, did you get the investment that you needed? That's the thing.
He's already in.
Oh, he's in.
It is an existing, so it's,
So then you had to sit down and drink.
Yeah, of course.
But the last time I left
when you go
him,
work.
I said, love you.
What?
And I was like, oh my God, accidentally.
That's how we got the investment.
I love you. And I was like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing.
At what time of the night was this, or morning?
Like
2 a.m.
The watch here from there.
Love you.
Is that what it's sort of like then? Like you start off one way talking to investors, and then once you get to know them and get them on board, it literally is. We're friends.
Mates. Yeah.
Have a drink, enjoy it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, because we did crowdfunding as well, so we were very open about our funding round. So we just blasted it everywhere, and then people kind of they come down here. The first one you're nervous, and you're like, okay, right, pitching, and it's all professional. And then actually, you find that a lot of the investors who invest in startups, they've been on the journey. They love to support young entrepreneurs, and it's like they're there to have fun with and everything like that. There are some who aren't. Oh, sorry. There are some who aren't, and who aren't there to have fun. They're more there to be in a boardroom and grill you and all of that kind of stuff. But you have other ones who are fun. And
well, it's good to have a mix of both.
Who do you prefer? Boardroom people or fun people?
Fun people, 100%.
No, I think it's good to have like a mixture.
I'm with Verity, a mixture. You gotta have. Kurt's just like, dinners all the time. Let's go out.
I guess it's like the mixture is good, right? Yeah. But also as well, like people who have done it, they're the best investors. So like people who have built business.
They've been in them shoes. They understand what's what, and they know where you need to take something. Like, where did you guys start?
I think rewind, Curtis. We're sat at Clean Kitchen Club. Like, what is it? Explain to someone that maybe doesn't know or hasn't heard about it.
Just quickly, usually
and
this
can
is
I just say, the food was incredible.
Oh, you ate? What did you have?
We did arrive early.
I had the katsu, no, the burger one.
Katsu burger, nice.
And I am not even joking.
Right? I know you wouldn't know. Clean smash with then the sweet potato fries. And then we obviously had to have chicken nuggets. You always rave about them, so we were like,
genuinely.
They're actually just good for you. They're really high in protein.
Randomly, I've got to ask, like, on your menus, like,
what they made from?
What is it made from?
They're just soy protein.
But like, you know, you can menu like, guys, what is this chicken nugget? What is it? Like, you start eating, you're like, I always think that on a menu because it's a vegan thing. You obviously it's a burger or a chicken breast, or you just say it as the meat form.
And you actually went vegan for 6 months, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, properly religious. Yeah.
And how did you find it?
Tough. tough because when I did it, I was kind of like, the reason for it I was exhausted. I was working on Strictly, training 12 hours a day, up and down the country. And the only thing that I could change was my diet. And I thought, okay, I'll try it. I don't know if it'll be placebo. I don't know if it'll help me. My body felt clean and my skin felt better. I definitely felt like my sustained energy was more consistent. But it was harder. It was. Minus cashew chocolate. Oh,
cashew anything is unreal.
Oh, it's just bloody brilliant, that is.
Really high in fat, though.
Vegan cheese as well.
Vegan cheese is a no-no.
That's hard. That's hard.
No, I'm not a vegan cheese guy.
You can't get it right.
It's disgusting. It's vile. Like, they have not done that right yet. And it's fine. I'm just like, just remove it. Don't even try.
Yeah.
Because you two are fully vegan then?
No, I'm not.
No.
Like, we're launching a big project in Central Oxford Street very soon. Well, in a matter of months. And we're not talking about it being vegan at all. So we're focusing more on like normalizing food that is a little bit better for you.
Yeah.
Also more sustainable. Doesn't call like no animals are killed, etc. So for us, it's like, how do we just make a really cool fast food joint that happens to be vegan?
Because what do you want it to be known as? What is it? A burger place? Is it like a grab and go? I know you spoke in the past about like a competitor to Pret or these sorts of things.
Vegan Pret.
Yeah, no, our goal is to, so we're actually putting in digital screens in here. We want to go as like, we want to be the Apple of fast food. So every location that we do, you walk in and go, this is cool. Like, this is fun. Like, the music's right, the energy's right, the brand's cool. And I think for us, it's like, I love the effect when people try our chicken nuggets or try our burgers and they're like, wow, this is like innovative. Like, this is cool.
And I was thinking, buying into chicken nuggets, I was like, I was staring at it. Like, Kurt probably looked at me like a psycho.
I'm going to say a bold statement here. I actually think it was nicer than the McDonald's chicken nugget.
I've never had it actually at McDonald's.
Oh, really? Have you?
No, I've not.
And I am like, I'm a meat eater, I'm not going to lie.
Chicken nugget. Yeah. Oh, trust me, we have been through some meat substitute tasting. Like, people will come in with like some dodgy tuna or like, and we just got to sit there. And Mikey's not very good at hiding his reactions.
What a smell on your food.
People are
this.
People are like, that's disgusting.
I said, look, I'm so sorry, but you have to check your product out.
What's the worst?
No, how does that actually work? Do you just have to sit in a room and they'll literally bring like 10 different things? And they'll just, you have to like dip it in something, try each one, see what's what.
I think you're thinking like Charlie Chocolate Factory.
I am, but for like chicken nuggets.
So people just come here and go like, look, I've got a new product.
What, they just whap it out?
They come in and then like they get
stock
thrust in
they
your face.
literally do. Some people run into the back of the kitchen. Like, I think that's the thing. Like, people who have got like up and coming plant-based brands, they'll want to be stocked in here.
Yeah.
So it's like they just run in and try and cook their own product. I guess.
We had this really dodgy salmon once.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, was it bad?
And we once
bad. Anyway, we don't use that anymore.
When I first started in Brighton, like, the chef, he was super vegan, and he created this burger. No word of lie. He was like, and he spent like 5 hours in the day, like, like molding this burger. And I remember we got it out, we made it, and we sent it out on delivery, and I sent it to loads of my friends, and I sent it like orders and everything like that. And all of the feedback was like, is it meant to like crumble? And the whole burger just crumbled. And that's when I realized, like, okay, we need to buy in our products and we need to really work on that. But yeah, I guess what we're trying to do with Clean is like, we want to, I think people always think about like fast food as unhealthy, dirty, not very cool. Like, we want to try and be like, okay, how do we revolutionize
Flip
that
it on its head a little bit.
Yeah. How do we come in and you go, oh, this is fun. Like, the music's a little bit louder than it should be. Like, the vibe, the energy that we try and create, especially at like lunch service and especially going into our new location. It's all about like, how do we just flip that on its head and just make a really cool kind of, you see McDonald's as like here, we want to be kind of here as like the sustainable version. You've got healthy options if you want to. You can have a smoothie and also have a burger. You can have an acai bowl or a salad, but you can also have fries, loaded fries, nuggets, and all of that kind of stuff. So
I'd say like 80% of people don't even know it's plant-based. Like people come up to us and go,
I do that to Dad.
Goodness,
I don't tell him because he'd have like a little like chip on his shoulder, like, oh,
people do though. There's still that. Some people who
Dad.
think that like vegan food is like just doesn't taste very good. But we've like really worked on our menu, and the whole point is like you're just doing a little bit better. We're not saying everyone has to be vegan.
No,
like, I really try and be fully vegan, but every now and then, like, it's just impossible.
I had a smash burger today, like a meat burger today.
Oh, like a real one?
Yeah, real one. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, disgusted.
Cheated on the brand. How do you feel about yourself?
You're hungover, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Was it good? Bad?
Amazing. It was amazing. Like, still, like, it was really good. Like, that's the thing. I'm a massive fan of Shake Shack. So, like, I love their brand and what they've done and how they've grown it. And like, so I'm like, how do we create the plant-based Shake Shack? Like, how do we make our burgers like Shake Shack? So we're still like developing and growing, but you got to try out the competition.
I love that. How many stores do you want overall? What's in your head? What's your bigger game plan? I'd love,
Verity, you asked. We have different answers.
Do you have like a
different
2-year plan, a
answers.
5-year plan, a 10-year plan? How do you think about it?
You've always got to have like a goal in sight. But when you have a startup, things just change so rapidly. Like the economy changes, or like veganism changes, or fast food changes, or social media changes. So you just got to really like be able to react and pivot. But for me, what I would like is to have like few bigger locations that are just sick. So like you walk in and go like
An
this
occasion,
is
it's
really,
like
this is really cool. It's
yeah.
experience-led dining. I didn't realize it was vegan, and they've like revolutionized fast food.
Yeah.
But I think Mikey wants to take it to the moon and back.
No, I think like for me, it's like
all in England at the moment, or you wanting to?
So I want to do. So I know I have kind of capabilities. Like if you think about the biggest brand in the world, McDonald's, for example, or one of the biggest brands, or like even like Subway, KFC. A lot of it is franchise.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like what we want to kind of achieve is what we do is do all the hard parts and like kind of fight and battle every day and raise investment and make mistakes and learn on the job and create something cool, and then just go for it in a way where it's like we're creating a brand, everything is branded, we're taking on the top locations and like premium real estate, I guess.
Sure.
And
Battersea.
Battersea.
Yeah.
And
This location where it is,
Oxford
right by
Street,
the front
like,
door.
it's cool, right? It's cool.
It's pretty epic.
Yeah, and so like, and then we can then really operate our own like smaller sites, like the bigger sites, but like smaller footprints, so like 5 locations.
Yeah.
And then we get it to a stage where we team up with like a franchise or an operating partner, and they can open us into train stations, airports, like franchise internationally and everything like that. Like I know that I won't be able to operate, say, $1 billion brand. But if I can get clean to a point where people go, okay, we can put this into every single train station in or every single airport in the world, and then partner with that, and then clean grows. Like that's my dream, to kind of create something that is $1 billion brand that maybe I would have probably hopefully exited by then, or like sold it on to someone to take it on. But it's like that's the dream, I guess.
Yeah,
it's
I think
to be
it
everywhere.
just has a lot of potential. Like there's a lot of things you can do with it. Like maybe you want to release a retail product, maybe you want to franchise in the Middle East. Like there's just so many different ways we could go down. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, like Dubai as well. Like we're looking at kind of like franchising out into Dubai and Australia and opportunities like that. So
that'd be sick.
Just travel the world. Well, no, but you travel the world like selling franchise.
Australia?
Mikey put on his Instagram. This was like 2 years ago. Clean Ibiza, and I was like, what?
Yo, you know what though? I don't know. That's quite. I got to think of it.
That's guaranteed.
You've been partying for 2 nights. 2 nights out. You've not slept, and you just want some.
Plus, you wouldn't even have to. As you said, the
health.
vegan side, they would probably just walk in and be like, I want a burger. It wouldn't even. It wouldn't register. Oh, I'm going to a vegan restaurant. That sort of mentality.
Well, sometimes I do it on purpose, though, right? So we have some of the our more corporate people who are involved, right? Like they know that they always like freak out by me like saying these big statements. So I'll be like, now and again, I'll just be bored at home, or like,
what good is that?
Send a message into the chat.
No, I put it on Instagram, being like, right, I can't wait to open Clean LA, Clean Dubai, Clean Miami, and I see them like they're off like viewing the story and be like, that's gonna really piss them off.
It pisses me off because I'm like, I didn't even discuss that one.
So I think at this point, I should come back to what Verity said. Them pivotal moments you have to kind of like change with the times or the environment that you're in. Like, what have some of them been that you've been like, oh Christ, I didn't expect this coming, or we're here now for a positive or a negative?
I mean, there's been so many.
Yeah.
Like, there's just been, I mean, every day something comes up and you have to deal with it, and it's how you manage those situations and that perseverance that makes you like a true founder, I guess.
But you love it.
Yeah,
You love doing
sometimes I absolutely hate it, and sometimes I absolutely love it. But I think the love definitely outweighs the hate, for sure.
Well,
But
at
it's
least
just
that's a positive anyway.
Yeah, and I just think like we sort of started doing this 2.5 years ago, and we've learned so much about like our business, ourselves, like each other, the industry. It's been an amazing experience.
Let's take it back to the start now. How did this come about? Where was the first thing? What happened? How did it
Mikey,
come about?
is it true that you started this off the brand deal of a pizza company?
Yeah. So how
That makes me so happy deep down.
Yeah,
Was it a
so-
vegan pizza company?
No, Papa John's.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was one of those.
Look, Chicago.
I've got it. Chicago Town. Yeah.
Double research.
Somebody's
Yeah,
done
yeah,
their
Chicago
research.
Town.
Scroll
Yes.
back to the start of that
You
Instagram.
can't turn up to a podcast and not know your
No, I like this.
Yeah.
I like this.
I know everything. Back me up.
Yeah. So this is why our podcast would never work. You would never do that sort of like. But like, so it was interesting because I used to be obviously a YouTuber, and I was kind of a mid-level YouTuber. I never hit the heights of it, but I had friends who did. So it was always like, okay, I was like never gonna really, because you're always kind of known as like friends with say Joe Sugg or friends with Casper Lee.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to then pivot and utilize the connections that I've made and utilize the following that I have and utilize all of that kind of stuff and build a brand that is consumer. So it's all about appealing to as many people as possible. And it's kind of, part of that, like you understand about like creating content, social media, all of that kind of stuff. So I got to a stage in my life where I was like, okay, my views now on YouTube, it's tough to make a living. Like I'm not fulfilling anything. I don't have any purpose, right? And I put on a lot of weight. So I got up to like 20 stone. I'm now like 14.5.
Congratulations.
Well, after that burger, I'm probably 14.7. So,
Won't talk about that.
sliding up. But also as well, recently, about 6 months ago, I got quite chubby, right? And I lost a lot of weight recently as well. But I was telling this story to someone and I probably put on like 2 stone, right? And I was like, actually, it's changing now. Okay, I was 3 stone heavier or 1 stone heavier.
The details.
Yeah. But like, I started to be like, okay, right, I need to, first off, like my YouTube career is going down the drain. I'm super, super chubby right now. I don't feel good. I need to sort myself out. So it was over lockdown. And I was like, okay, I'll just run every day for 50 days. And I'll just run 10K a day. And then I was like, I'll work out in the evening.
I mean, did you build up to 10K? Because that's an impressive.
No, I just did it 50 days every day. Yeah, I had like my legs. Well, Verity's mum doesn't think I'll be able to walk in a few years.
It's just bad for your joints. You're running every day.
Yeah.
It can't be good for you.
I always do a half marathon every year and train for it crazy, and like I'm screwed for the next month or two afterwards.
I have run it and injured myself every time I've
Okay.
It's not good
dies
for you.
every
So
time.
stop.
Yeah.
But like, so I was like, right, if I want, like, I have ADHD, so if I want to do something, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, I'm losing weight. So I lost weight. Then I'm like, okay, I actually had this other business. It was a sweet business. And I made a big order of that. And the factory that we were going to use weren't existing because of COVID and they couldn't deliver.
Yeah.
So that was kind of down the drain. I was like, oh, shit, I need to think of something, And I made a little bit of money from YouTube, not loads, but I made a bit. And obviously I did this relatively quite a big brand deal for Chicago Town. It was when I was managed by Casper and Joe. So I was like, okay, well, I've got a bit of cash coming in. I can either live off that for a year and, survive, or I could be like, right, let's just put it all into, creating vegan burgers, I suppose. So I was like, okay, well, what is my audience? What is a growth market? That was my first thing. Like, what is something that is getting like a lot of traction? So you did
research it before, like, okay, I want to have a vegan burger chain. It wasn't just like a poop.
Yeah,
that's what I want now.
Yeah, I was like, look, what's growing at the moment? What is commanding big valuations? What is exciting, people at the moment? Okay, vegan. And obviously everyone like Kim Kardashian and Ariana Grande, they're all vegan. So it was like really in thing.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I can promote that. Then I was like, well, I would love to like launch a vegan product into supermarkets, but I didn't have like 200 grand to buy on stock or anything like that. I literally just had this brand deal. So then I was like, okay, well, let's just get the brand out there. Let's create, because I always believe if you create a brand and the brand is seen by a lot of people and it's sellable, then you can sell that into like, so we're clean, like we can hopefully release products. Then we can sell
supermarkets and you got a whole chain.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, well, let's just create a brand. Let's get it out there. Let's put something out into the world. So I met this chef and I was like, look, I'll give you 50 quid if you come up with a super easy menu and we put it on Deliveroo and see how we do. I created all the branding, came up with Clean Kitchen because I thought, okay, what's easy? Okay, it's clean and green. That's plant-based. Like, it's healthier. Then I took on lots of different delivery kitchens over lockdown and it started to really grow. And I started to get a lot of messages, and not like kind of the messages I got when I was a YouTuber. It was more like, I like what you're doing. I think this is cool. Like, yeah. And I remember just messaging so many influencers. Probably, I think I messaged you actually asking you to promote it, but like
you did. The irony was, I was like
ignored. I got ignored.
Yeah. In my defense, I'm not somebody who reads messages, but then I was like, okay,
you apologize.
I started off. I said, I apologize. I've just seen this message.
Yeah.
Of course, I'd love to. And then, would you like to call the podcast? I was like,
now if you come help us out, we'll help you out.
Yeah.
I felt so bad when I saw the message. I was like, oh Christ.
But it was like, I just was like, all right, I'm just gonna get it out there. And then I was like, okay, this is interesting. So then, but I was like, look, I'm not vegan. So I can't really truly promote a vegan brand unless I have a vegan business partner. But I was like, look, a lot of the people in kind of the plant-based space, and you look at it on TV and stuff, and all the brands as well, they've got like super high valuations and they're growing companies.
Yes, yeah.
But they're just like for like tree huggers, and like for like, you know, like you see vegan get represented on TV, and it's like someone would like,
they've gone for that very demographic, very niche, like this is who we want, and excluded the other people. I personally find.
I agree.
So I was like, how do I find that in an influencer or like a reality star that then can promote the brand but also be a business partner?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, here we go. I saw Verity's profile online.
I was one of the influencers you messaged actually, and I was like, what is it? I didn't even know if
she was
vegan.
one of the ones who replied, though, right?
Yeah, I did. I was like,
I missed out on this whole.
Then it worked out well.
Yeah, I'm shooting myself in the foot.
Could have been you.
Could have been me.
You could be sat here. I could be sat there.
Yeah.
Is there still opportunity to invest? It's always growing.
And I saw it and I was like, yeah, it's actually quite cool. I didn't realize it was vegan because he promoted it like it was just like a non-vegan brand.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way of doing it.
Well, Curtis last week, we were come here to eat.
I didn't know it was vegan.
And Kurt went, so we're going to have chicken salad. I was like, just to let you know, Kurt, it is vegan.
Oh, you didn't even know when you
Kurt
came?
didn't even
know it was
That's
vegan.
great.
Yeah.
And I think that's a positive thing, like what you're saying, like that branding, perfect.
Yeah.
Kurt was like, oh shit, damn
Yeah.
it. No, I should have said that.
I'm gonna have to have some sushi now.
But yeah, the whole point is that you were linking it with like popular culture and like, you know, we do collabs with like Dior or like, you know, we cater for like Amazon and Nike. And it's, combining popular culture, like digital first marketing. I feel like out of home TV advertising is just like so gone of the past. Everyone is spending like 8 hours a day on their phone these days.
I don't think I've watched TV in years now.
Yeah, or you put it on in the background kind of thing. So like it just makes sense to just really focus online and you can build such a good social strategy. So I was like, this is cool. I'm at home. Made in Chelsea filming had stopped. I taught myself how to be a Pilates instructor. So I was doing that on Zoom and I was like, do you know what? Why not kind of thing? And sort of, I met Mikey then at a party.
Yeah. She came up to me and was like, I love Clean Kitchen.
Oh,
I was like, mate, this is
Shut
the
up.
brand. You know, people, I've never had anyone go, I like your YouTube videos. I was like, people are coming up to me,
I love you.
I like my vegan burgers. I'm like, whoa, let's grow.
And 2 bottles of champagne down. I love you.
I love you. Then sort of went from there.
Yeah, and I think it really worked. Like I'm very fortunate enough to have like Verity as a business partner on that, because it's like not only do we kind of, you know, do the fun stuff, we get to, you know, travel, and we were in Dubai recently, and we get to.
Do you both get on really well then?
We argue.
It's highs and lows.
We're actually in a very good stage at the moment.
Point at the moment. Honestly, this
you look very opposite personalities, but I think that's a really positive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're in a good stage at the moment.
It's like love-hate.
It's a love-hate.
Yeah.
He loves me.
But like you get to, if you like business partners, right? I mean, obviously like your brothers,
Yeah.
but like it's such a weird dynamic in a relationship that it's so hard to explain. Like I know Mikey so well. I know what he's thinking, etc. I know when, so you just get to read each other well.
I think also the highs can be so high and the lows can be so low. And within such a split second of being like, okay, great, we've just got this, or this contract hasn't worked, and you kind of feel like you set yourself, like I know I maybe do a bit too much personally, like I set my goal on this exact thing, and when this doesn't happen, I'm like, okay, a bit of a downer, but then we try and go for something bigger, try and like always shoot for the moon, as I can see you do, definitely Mikey. But I think that's a positive thing, like you go for everything, and then if you get half it, you're still like, oh, still winning.
And I think that's the thing, very, very supportive of that, because I have 101 ideas, and I'm one of those people who like wakes up at like 5 a.m. and will listen to like Eye of the Tiger and like, or like Drake or like Meat Mill, like big song, and I'm like, you know, there's like a lyric that I listen to, like, oh, like so cheesy, so cliche, but there's a lyric like, you know, like all those big lyrics. Like,
is he gonna break a rap out?
No, but like,
Eminem about to come out.
But you know those like lyrics are like, you know, you come back from when your losses and all of that kind of stuff, and it's like
suddenly
all
it's
of
5
that.
a.m. I'm like, no.
And I'm like,
this is your running track as well, like.
Oh yeah, literally. And I love like the fight of battling every day, and like, let's take this, let's take that, we'll figure it out, we'll do it. And obviously,
was there any point actually that you've not had that whilst creating Clean Kitchen? Was there any point where you thought to yourself, I just can't do it anymore? It's too much hard work, too much hassle, too much of a pain.
I've had a couple moments.
Yeah, you've had a couple of those recently, right?
It's just that sometimes you just get hit with so much, like, you know, the press come after you, or like I walked into like the village pub and people are like, oh yeah, saw this happen to something, and I'm like, you just can't escape it. Like there's just so many voices sometimes, and like sometimes you are, you know, trying to raise some more investment for the next site, and you're like, God, like how am I actually going to do this kind of thing? But we snap out of it like that. Like that's the whole thing, is you've got to get over things so quickly.
People don't realize like it isn't always happy stuff.
We spoke about it before. The press love to build you up, but love to rip you right back down. It's such it's a sad British thing. Like I find like no other country does it as bad as the Brits do, and it's so heartbreaking.
I think that's the thing as well. Like we put our lives into Clean. Like, you know, we all we talk about, all we do, and like all we want to do is create something really cool that we think there's a gap in the market for. And recently, like, we shut one of our smaller stores because we want to focus on big locations like this. We have a small team, like we want to open our Tottenham Court Road site like really well, and we shut one of our smaller locations because we just didn't have the manpower to do it.
Yeah.
So the day I announced that we were launch, so I put out a post to say we're going to open this new 4,000 square foot amazing store in Oxford Street, effectively.
It is sick. It's really exciting. And
I put it out, but then the same day, the Daily Mail ran an article about us shutting a store, about staff leaving who said something about us. Then the Sun ran that, and then also there's a big like thing at the moment about veganism not living up to expectations. So there was a big vegan company recently called Meatless Farm, and they went bust. And
with a massive valuation,
raising 90 million, but they just didn't make money. Like there was just bad economics, and I think like we were then brought into so many different articles in that. So the Times wrote a big piece about like
any press is good press, isn't it?
But not when you're trying to build a hype for the brand. You get sent from your mum being like, babe, look, I mean, you're in the Daily Mail.
Yeah, I know,
like,
mum, thanks.
Yeah, and I suppose it's like that's when it kind of gets tough, and also when you get brought back down to reality. I think like the whole time of a business, it's a dream. We have a dream to make this the next big brand, and that is a dream. And in most people's eyes, it's a very unrealistic dream. And they don't know how we're going to do it, or they don't know. But like as a founder, you truly believe that you're going to do it, and you're going to hit those heights, and you're going to be able to open in Dubai. You're going to be able to open this 4,000 square foot store. You'll be able to open this store, whatever. But the corporate people, they're very black and white. So they're like, well, no, how are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to do it.
Do they add up? Do they not?
Exactly. I'll find a way. And it's like,
we always find a way.
Yeah, this is the kind of goal, and this is the vision. This is how we want to do it. So it's like, but then when people like that come in and actually like start like feeding negativity, and you just have to, there's moments where you.
Worst. That is when you come down. When someone starts questioning you, and I'm like, wait, am I questioning myself? Like, can we do this? You have to have that optimism, which we both have, and it's what's got us so far. And then we've actually delivered and succeeded.
What do you do in them situations? Are you like,
I go
you
to Mikey
obviously run, but like, what do you do?
I need a pep talk. It happens like probably about once a year.
Yeah, but I'll play like a song in the background as I'm doing the pep talk. So
I'm
like, Mill like is in the background as I'm giving this pep talk.
Just staring at the mirror, just like
eye of the
eye of the tiger. Yeah, but like we're also as well like I'm a huge dreamer. Like I always like I sit up like there's a rooftop in Battersea, and I'll just look out and just be like thinking about like, okay, right, can we do this? Can we do that? Can I really want to get there? And I think that like we're very lucky because the founder of Brewdog, a guy called James Watt, who again has had this thing in the press, like about him and stuff. But like I've never come out of a meeting with him without being like, we can take on the world, because he gives us that belief, and he's like, it doesn't matter if you fail. Just find a way to pick yourself up and keep going. And they're the people that you need to have, because it's like, go and do it. And like our next store is kind of, for us, it's like our biggest project yet. And it's like a do or die moment.
So will this become your flagship kind of like, this is what we want to do moving forward?
Yeah, it's all our capital's going into it. Everything's going into it. If it goes badly, then we won't be able to be.
But
it won't. Yeah. But it also
You've got
this. But that's the thing also as well. That high stakes.
Otherwise, I need a massive pep talk after that.
Yeah. But like those high stakes are when you're at the best, and it's like a make or break moment for the business. Okay, if you truly wanted to build it to a massive brand, then you have to take those risks. But when you get like people like, no, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't that. Otherwise, you just cruise. And like,
so talking about them, I'm going to say calculated risk, because they've always got that outside. Like, does it cause you more, I don't know, stress or knowing that you've got people that have invested through Seeders, the way that you overfunded like 33%? Like was that a massive like positive thing, or like oh Christ, there's people have put their hard-earned money like into our brand and want us to grow? How was that sort of as a feeling?
AJ, I think we should take a moment to thank our sponsors, FINT.
Yes, the financial investment app that makes investing easy, Curtis. Anybody can do it.
I think actually it's a bit of both. I think you then have to take on all this responsibility. Like even my mum was like, "Oh, you know what? I'll chip in and give you some." And I was like, "Gosh, this is really it's actually
we want
down
2.1 million to start off with."
But that's so much responsibility, and I think that is actually what gets me. It's like these people have invested in us, and we've taken on their money, and I'm responsible to give it back to them. Like, and I really want to, and I really want to succeed. And I think that creates added pressure.
Oh, massive! Like you're locked in. Like there is no there is no way, like, you can't just have a holiday or anything like that. And also as well, because, so we have about 1,000 investors. We have a lot of kind of like private investors. So like venture capital firms came into us, and then also like high net worth individuals. That we have the former CEO of McDonald's. We have a very famous.
Was there any controversy with that? Like the former CEO of McDonald's, like a complete opposite.
Waker, that's like the most
I
positive
think
thing
it's
I could ever think
awesome
of.
bringing that, but I mean, from just McDonald's to come into vegan food, it's completely different.
Yeah,
I
a
don't
little
know,
bit.
just-
I guess a little bit.
I mean, he was CEO for like what, 12 years?
4 or
But
5
McDonald's
years.
is
4 or 5
like
years.
in the UK, like one of the biggest providers. Talking about education before, one of the biggest providers of education in the UK. McDonald's is. It's like what they do and as a brand is just insane. It's
got the
amazing.
money to do everything.
Yeah, I guess, and I think it's always that pressure because it's like the ones I don't care about the ones who are, you know, for example, super millionaires and they're doing it to get part of the journey. That's not like you. Of course, you care about them because they invest in the business. It's very important. But like the ones who say like we have a lady and super lovely, being supported from day one, and she put like $5,000 in. And that means way more to me in terms of like than a big venture capital firm going, okay, we're going to write you a £500,000 check. Yeah. Where it's like this person is backed us, believes in the vision, seen it like grow, comes down to Battersea because she's from up north, and they're the ones that you go, I'm really gonna make it work for you. Like, and that's
I love that.
Like, and that's what you can't like. That's who you can't let down.
Yeah.
So that bad days when you think, Jesus Christ, how are we gonna achieve this?
But when you have a face to a brand, as you said, like on the press side, like I find that being a positive thing personally. I feel like because you feel like you are giving it all. You're showcasing it through your Instagram, everything, and you do wholeheartedly. If it doesn't succeed, it's not just everybody else losing it. You go down with it. Like you are giving it everything.
Oh yeah, like our life's over if Clean goes bad.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we know that as well. Like,
I'm
we'll
out
get
the country straight away.
Slaughtered in the press. Like all of my like friends have invested. Like my dad, like my sister's got shares.
It's just not an
like,
option. Like when, if you ever think about that, that's when it starts going downhill. It's just not an option. Like there's always a way out, and that's how you're, I guess, a good entrepreneur and a good founder.
From me meeting you two for the first time today, you both actually seem crazy. No, you seem amazing. You seem positive. You seem like it is going to work. There is no other option. How you both walk, talk, act. You just seem so positive with the brand.
Being responsible.
I love it.
Of like,
I love it.
Bringing
guys.
it on the right people. Like it's kind of what you spoke about, slight hit on earlier. Like you can't bring it to the masses without actually people who have done it before, because you can't afford to make them mistakes. You need to go through somebody who has already kind of maybe made a couple of them mistakes.
But it's also that mindset of, we'll get it done. We'll do it. How are you going to do it?
There's always a
we'll
way.
do it. Yeah.
We've been in some situations and we've
hired terribly as well sometimes.
I honestly think the biggest thing I've learned is how to like hire correctly. I think if you can get the right people in the right places,
hiring is just a headache.
What about firing? Have you ever had to fire anyone?
I
Oh,
do
mate,
that
like I recently
I
had
can't.
to. I had to make like really sadly, I had to make like 20 people redundant recently.
Oh.
Just because it was like we shut one of our stores, and obviously that has a team of like 15, and then we cut back some of our staff because head office, like we had a large head office, and that was obviously, you know, the economic climate at the moment is not where you want to be, and for us it's like we can't spend to grow. It's all about like EBITDA profitability and everything like that, and you have to look at like kind of, you know, the metrics of like, okay, I want to invest in my team to open this, but then okay, right, we haven't quite hit the targets on there, we need to do that and change that, and then okay, shit, you know, we are now hitting the targets, we got to hire. But I think that like that's the hardest thing. I think like letting people who have trusted in you and you've trusted them, you hire them, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and that's
almost become a part of you, and you're having to let them go a little bit. It's a hard one.
Yeah, but it's like our role as founders, I guess, is like, say Clean's here now, we need to get it to there, and we'll do anything to get it to there, no matter what way. Cut corners, whatever. Whereas there's so many people that you need help with to help us. So like operations, marketing,
what's been the hardest step, journey, hurdle for you to kind of take it from a small dark kitchen into what it is already now?
Could have been a light kitchen, AJ.
Verity.
Just referring to
the hardest.
What was the hardest step?
Yeah, to get to this stage now.
I think probably when we first started raising capital, like neither of us had never done it before. Like we both come from like an influencer, you know, YouTuber background. So we've like just never been around it before. And you know what? We just gave it a go, and it just seemed to work. We just like asked people, and you know what? I think it's so like cliche, like naivety is actually so good for you. But I don't think we would have been successful if we'd actually known like the full like ins and outs of it kind of thing. I think for me that was probably the biggest thing for me to get my head around.
Can we talk about your is it a degree from King's?
God, he's really done his research. How far did you scroll back for that
nutrition?
one?
Yeah, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Mikey was saying something before, but I will not listen to him.
So
I believe in it.
I studied, oh gosh, I'm drowning on about this. I studied called epigenetics and biomedical science. And part of that was nutritional epigenetics. So it's like what you eat in your environment changes your
cells,
genome and
like,
your genotype and your phenotype. And like that is what I'm so passionate about, like health and wellness. And that's actually why, join.
Was that coming from your family or you personally?
No, I just weirdly love science at school because I just think it's cool.
I love that.
I've currently been fasting to try and like
regenerate
my cells and stuff in my body.
Autophagy, etc.
She's exciting,
I'm all about fasting.
I mean,
explain the science behind it.
It killed me for the first week. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was hard. Like I was starving in the morning. Had to put my coffee and everything. But I tell you what, I've lost weight doing it. Yeah, I do. I feel good. And I've lost weight doing it. I actually feel stronger in the gym as well for eating less.
Yeah.
I try and do a window of between 17 to 19 hours.
Yeah, that's
fasting.
the best. If you get to 18 hours, you basically create more stem cells.
Depending on work, I try and get 17
cancer,
to 19.
It stops.
This is the thing,
it produces more antioxidants.
That's what I do every day.
Yeah.
Does it
Natural fasting.
There's always one.
I'll eat dinner at like 6 p.m. and then I won't eat again till 1 p.m.
God, he does it.
Yeah, that is
like
good. That is good, right? Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Just a freak like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, what's annoying is because we obviously do a lot together. He will, if I eat the same amount as him, he's half the size of me. He will moan at me if I eat more and I'm on a diet. He will, I'm like, I'm double the size as you, AJ. I need more food anyway.
No, he makes it sound
he's
like
my brother. That's why, brother and business partner.
It's like, I want to lose weight and I'm losing. First thing he told you today was like, I'm on a health kick, wasn't he? He attacked you with it, and I said to Mitch, I was like, Kurt's telling everybody.
Fine, I won't talk about it.
Yeah. 2 stone is it, Kurt? Yeah.
I'm proud of it, all right?
Same.
Good. You look
a bit hot in
good.
here now.
But sorry, back to you.
Back to what
the studying, yes.
So I did study a lot of nutrition, like metals, and I did loads of nutritional modules. So I know a lot more about nutrition than people actually think. And it's great. Everyone's like, did you use your degree? You're never going to use biomedical science. It's like, well, I actually do use it a lot. Tomorrow, we're recreating our smoothies. So putting like vegan collagen in there, loads of antioxidants. So yeah, I feel quite privileged to be able to do that.
Yeah, because that's actually a good point. Because obviously, like being vegan, like people think, oh, you're not going to get your protein, or it's a big carb heavy diet, or you're not getting all of your
30 plants should have to eat a week.
Do you need to eat like 30 different?
Well, I mean, if you strive for that, you're going to have like the best microbiome ever, which is just, I mean, it's hard to do that, but like coffee is considered a plant, mint, etc. in your diet. So yeah, that's why being plant-based is so good for you, because it's full of antioxidants, it lowers cancer risk, stops cell senescence, you're actually going to live longer.
But you have to think about like putting an extra bit of protein and stuff in your food, or like omega-3 and different like oils and stuff like this.
I was actually raised like vegetarian, so I've never eaten an actual like dead animal before.
Ever?
Never. My mum gave me like a bit of fish, like growing up. But like I've never had like.
Now and again, you might have a little bit of fish.
I really try.
So like when we were in Dubai, right? When we were in Dubai, we kept on getting invited out. For
Somebody
dinner.
lied to it. It's just
but like we were invited to some beautiful restaurants like Zuma and all of these kind of places, and big sushis. And Verity has to go. Look, guys, tonight I'm not vegan.
No, they bring out this fish, and I was like, I can't see it. Like it actually really affects me. I really try my hard to be like fully vegan, and I really back that. But yeah, it's hard. That's why FINT Kitchen exists.
Yeah. But
yeah, you have to get your right amount of protein in. And I feel like that, I think even in my body shape, I've seen like a massive transformation. If you up your protein intake, it's just so much easier to like increase your metabolism. Like you work out better in the gym.
Yeah, it's good for your brain as well.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
All the building blocks, isn't it? Yeah. That's the thing.
Okay, the one thing I want to talk about is like it's Clean Kitchen Club. So
we're dropping the club actually.
Oh,
so we're going for it. Yeah, we're doing this up a little bit, and we're actually dropping
sad
the
about
club.
that one.
I'm sad about that one.
We are dropping the club.
Why? What's that? Yeah.
We initially did it because I tell you the story.
Quite like a club vibe. So I don't mean in here, but just like knowing that you're part of the Clean Kitchen
But
Club.
we used to have like
part of the gang.
like
Do you want to be part of the club?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
You want the secret handshake to be part of the club?
Oh, absolutely. After. Yeah, I won't get it on camera. No one can know.
No, we just
Do you
decided.
actually have a secret handshake?
Yeah, no. Ours is that. But like, I just think we're changing to more Clean Kitchen, just Clean Kitchen.
Yeah.
We all call it Clean Kitchen, and like we went a bit corporate at one stage, and they were like, oh, let's call our staff clubbers, and I'm like, oh god, that's really bad.
So you can drop the club.
Hey clubbers, let's go. And I'm like, no, please, no.
Thankfully you didn't do that, because my response would be that 80% of the people.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, clubbers. Like,
and
no.
like clubhouses.
Yeah. So we just decided we're dropping the club as of
now.
Yeah, as of now.
But you could have kept the club
These
and then
are the
brought
last
out like a
odds that we
members
got.
card, and if you're part of the club, you get a discount.
Yeah, I think that we have an app and stuff like that. So, but it's just
So you get the discount if you'd invested.
Yeah, the
it's
Cedars.
true.
Yeah, the Cedars investors.
It's not too late. I mean, if you want to put some money in.
Is it not?
No.
Oh, let's have a think about that.
No, but that's the thing. We obviously, when we raised on our Cedars round, like you have to do perks for everyone. So like, there's a really cool like kind of scheme, I guess, where it's like, so I think like who did it? But Brewdog do it really, really well. And they build a community. And basically, when we opened this store, it was packed because we had 500 of our investors who put in a little bit of cash and like who get involved. And I think that's the best thing about like building a community through crowdfunding, I suppose. So, yeah.
Did you find that PR through crowdfunding was really good because you can get to so many more people like that? They are really like hubs. I use Crowdcube quite a lot more than Cedars for other companies. And I find that you get such a PR buzz like overnight, especially when it's something that people are usually passionate about, whether it be vegan or health or fitness or EVs at the minute. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm a massive fan of crowdfunding. I mean, it takes more work than it does just to get like a few angel investors or like, you know, someone like that. Like, because you've got to deal with all these people and go through the FCA, etc., and create a video and whatever. I was dealing with that back end of it, and it did take
Did you add
a
your
lot.
science in there?
Yeah.
I did put some science in there,
There we go.
But I think that the buzz it gives around it and the support you get and like just the messages you get, it's just, you create the club, which we now don't have. I'm a massive fan of crowdfunding, and I think people should really do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you want to raise capitals, like as a business owner, just tell everyone, because like you post it out and you like put little things on in your Deliveroo boxes or everything like that. And it finally, like, there's a really cool story about a major A-lister who's invested. I can't say who it is, but it's like one of the biggest stars in the world, right?
Drop a clue.
All right.
And so I'll tell you after. I can't say.
We'll talk afterwards.
Yeah. Like, I can't say who it is, but it's a superstar, and we're so fortunate to have him on board. And
whoever it is.
Yeah. It's Drake. Okay, no, I'm joking. No, but like a legend, and he only came in when the crowdfunding. He saw that we were raising capital on the crowdfunding and his team, and we met his team on that stage, and they had it and everything like that, and they saw that, and it get like open to so many different people, I guess. And you know, we were fortunate enough, like, but I think with raising capital, like, don't do it until the last moment. Perfect your business, get your business right, because it's a whole different ball game when you're dealing with investors to when you have your own business. Like,
did you feel like you're giving away a bit of your baby, a bit like, or it was like to grow?
No, Verity loves raising money. Like, Verity's going to be a VC one day, like, you know, or like raise money for different companies and all of that kind of stuff. Whereas I'm very much more like, you know, because every single investor wants to give you advice. And as much as it's amazing because we wouldn't be able to do the cool things that we do without investors, it's sometimes you just need to tunnel vision and be like, look,
be a bit of a
dictator.
I know what I want to do. I know how I've got it to here. I know how to get it to
and
there.
you have 1,000 people saying, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this.
Do you feel like you've lost that kind of, not dictator power, but be like, this is what our vision is?
No, I feel like it's more now. But at first, I was like, when we first raised, you were very tentative. And
also when you're new to the industry and people are telling you what to do, you think that they might know better than you. And actually, they've not actually done
not
it before.
usually the case.
Yeah, of course.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah.
If you are easily influenced, and there's so many coming in, that's very
But you've got to listen to everyone, that's for sure. But then you've got to make your decision at the end of the day.
And I think our major, one of our mistakes is we have too many investors. So it's like there's too many voices. It's great that we have investors, but we do have, whereas like any advice that I would give to a company and people starting is, if you can run a business and build a business with like just doing one funding round and focus on profit, then life is so much easier.
Maybe even like one investor that
or like one investor
can like really take you far. Maybe
because there's like this glamorization about raising capital and having loads of money. You see these shows like We Crashed and like you know Dragon's Den and all of that kind of stuff. But actually, in reality, like that's when businesses go wrong because they raise too much capital. They go, right, we can just spend it. We can just do all this and
their burn rate's so high that it's just like, oh Christ, we've just lost everything we thought we had within a second.
That doesn't work anymore. It used to like 4 years ago.
Because big companies had so much money to like get rid of.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and you like lose track of it. Like at the end of the day, business is all about how you make more money than you put in. You know what I mean? And then, like when you actually go back to the fundamentals of it, it's like just focus on that and then raise, or like then be on top of it. Otherwise, you know, it's you know, I would always use it as like the kind of like not last resort, but like aid it for growth rather than like, you know, okay, I'm gonna throw money at this, like perfect your offering and invest really wisely. And I think that what we've learned, especially with this location, especially with locations that we're doing, is like we're only targeting fewer locations that we really perfect and that make strong profit, rather than being like, okay, I want to open on every street corner.
So how many locations do you have at the moment now?
So we've got 3 at the moment.
3 locations.
Yeah, and we are opening our 4th in Tottenham Court Road. Yeah.
And how many years have you been going for now?
2 years, 2.5.
2.5 years.
Yeah. So
it's pretty cool, guys.
Yeah, but we shut our location as well. We did shut. We had a failure, which we learned from, and you know, we got it wrong. We took on a site in Notting Hill, and the rent was too high. The location was wrong.
Everything was wrong about it.
We fitted it out too wrong, and we learned from that.
But if you learn from it, and it's better happening at the start than happening later on in a way, and as long as you've learned from it and you know all the things that you said, the location wrong, maybe too expensive, then it's the best thing to do.
Yeah, of course, you have to have the failures to learn, right? Yeah. And yeah, I think you always get a bit smarter when you have something go wrong, because it's easy to be like, yeah, everything goes right, you know, you open it up. And when we opened this one, it was super busy. And but if that was our first one, we would have gone on this mad opening spree. But the fact is, we like learned, we had a bit of a, you know, one that didn't do well, reality check, and like we have like no ego about clean whatsoever, because it's like we know the hard work and the, you know, how much work we have to go and how much more we have to do. So, you know,
how'd you find your locations? What process you go? Like, what would you think? Right, I just want one. I want one there.
Was this
we're
one
go
like
there.
I want one in the power station?
No.
How did this come about?
Yeah, this one.
Very cool one.
Like,
gotta admit.
I love this one. Like, we're putting in digital screens into the back, so the grab and go is going, and we're doing like really cool, like putting a bit more like graffiti on there. It's gonna be really cool. We're doing a little like refurb, but like this one, I just moved to London, and we hadn't even opened the location yet in London.
Yeah, we just had dark kitchen.
Just like delivery kitchens outside the back of a nightclub. And I was like, I saw this development and I was like, oh my God, like the Apple's headquarters are here. Like, this is it. We had no money. We had like
no team,
not even a business.
But I love that.
Just a dream.
And I sold this vision to Battersea Power Station. I was like, we want to create this and we want to do this. We want to be the vegan McDonald's and everything. And then fortunately they bought it, and I created this PowerPoint presentation. I pitched to the board and everything like that, right? I didn't know how much this was going to cost or anything like that. I just was like, right, fuck it. I just want to do it.
Yeah.
And then so luckily we got signed. We always say to like...
Did you have a heart attack when you saw the price?
No, wait. So like, listen to this. Right? So I always say, we beat 16 other like operators for this location. We didn't actually. We came second, but the company that got it, they couldn't find funding for it. And I didn't even know what funding was at this time. Like, so I just basically...
literally. And I get told all this.
So you got through the front door, got to the side of the contract, you're like, oh, sugar, we need...
signed the contract, started the works effectively, and then I was like, shit, we need to raise some money for this store. Like, this is going to cost, you know, a lot of money. So then obviously we had
more
to go through
shed in Brighton.
Yeah, exactly.
More than £200.
Yeah, exactly. More than delivery kitchen in a nightclub in Chelsea. Like, you know, so that was like it was just, that was a massive risk. And, you know, that
was some tough times actually. It was like, we have to raise this much money in this amount of time, otherwise they're not going to build, we're not going to be able to open it, and then that's game over. Like, there's been so many days where it could have been game over, but you just got to hustle through it.
You're living on the edge each time.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Grey hairs have been coming in.
Oh, yeah. But I think that's the thing, one thing as well, like, you do question, like, it does really have a toll on... I think a lot of people glamorize businesses and founders and all that kind of stuff.
It's not like that.
Like, we see our friends with like normal jobs.
Founder just means no time.
No
time and high cortisol levels. That's a founder.
And no life. And like, you become a bit of a weirdo. Like, I'm a weirdo, like a bit weird. Like, you know, because always you're thinking about the work or the business or where you want to take it. And like, I'll be sat at dinners or whatever, and someone will be talking about non-work stuff, and I just like stare, like, because I'm just thinking about so many different things at the whole time. And you have to question, like, you know, because we're super driven to get to the point where we want to get to. Like, there's so many times you question, like, am I being a nice person? Am I being a nice person? But I want to get there so much. I'm prepared to do anything to get there. But then you're like, shit, did I treat that person right who was working for us, who was doing that? Or when you see it, especially with us, it's like when you have a busy service and things aren't going your way, and you're like, no, you got to fucking do it because there's so much pressure on us. And then you like walk out and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And like, you do have to...
But it's coming from a place of passion, a place of like, you want it to be right for everybody.
No, of course, yeah. And there's just so much going on that you're like.
Do you actually get behind the counter and stuff?
I do,
Oh,
yeah.
recently?
Don't I?
Yeah.
Katie's
Got
over here.
5
I get behind the
stars.
counter, right?
Should I read out a recent review?
Yes, please
Right,
do.
so Mikey sent me this, and I was like,
Verity claimed it was me. This is not
no,
me.
he ruined it. He ruined
this
it
a
with the
ghost
last
account?
sentence.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I
What, as
swear
in you
down.
wrote this review?
No, I didn't.
It was how we read it out. He was so theatrical reading it out to me yesterday.
Okay.
It was funny.
Took them all night to write this.
Yeah. Just writing.
Right, ready? Okay, right.
So where is this comment? This is on.
This is on
Google.
Google. By the way, we've
Google
got
reviews.
what, 4.2 stars now, almost going to be 5.
Hey.
Food was great. The chicken and mayo was 10 out of 10. Plant-based burgering. Mickey was great.
I don't-
Massively friendly and even got some complimentary nuggets. Atmosphere was great. Had Chris Brown playing as I walked in.
Yeah.
Food 5 out of 5. Service 5 out of 5. Atmosphere 5 out of 5. And I was like, right, that is you
I
writing
just
it about
purposely spelled
yourself.
my name wrong.
Yes, you probably would have done.
decoy.
He thought to himself, this
I
will
know what
work.
you
How do I make
like,
it not me?
She'll never know.
Wait till you see the one about me.
Mickey.
I love that.
That does make me quite
We need
happy.
to write. I need to write a couple of reviews on ours.
Yeah, excuse
actually.
me, get
Yeah.
that katsu burger
Yeah.
review.
Just spell your names wrong.
Call
I'm
it
not
on
going
the
to lie,
music.
though. That katsu burger was phenomenal.
Mine is the point
Genuinely.
cut when you close the door and somebody here says, sorry, we're closed. They went, oh my God, are you Curtis? He went, yeah.
Did you? What, Katie? Did you say that? No, none of us.
So somebody outside.
They were just knocking at the window, just pointing at him. I was like,
Well, Verity, you are a big fan, right, of AJ.
Oh.
You love Love Island and
He
Strictly
loves
as well.
to do this to
Oh,
me.
you are.
He
You are.
really
You're
does.
a fan
to
girling right now, right?
wind me up.
No, why?
So you're not big fans?
Yes,
he
oh,
is.
wow.
Huge fan.
Verity.
Did you actually watch Love Island?
No.
No.
Wait, you were on Love Island?
I was on
Okay,
Love Island.
right.
Yeah.
But-
Oh, wait, how's
2019.
Amy doing?
She's got a kid with somebody now.
Wow, weird.
She's doing great. We actually still talk. We're
Oh, so
actually-
you don't love
We
Island?
She's
were
actually
good
one of the-
friends.
Don't
Yeah.
watch it, but how's
Yeah.
Amy?
Yeah. Hold on.
she's actually
Yeah,
really
hang
nice.
on,
We always
backtrack a
bump
second,
into her.
though.
Wasn't she
Yeah.
like a pilot or something? No?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
air
was.
hostess.
Bloody hell.
That's
You
what
did?
she
Watch
was.
our series!
I was gonna say with
Also,
BA.
Verity does fancy herself as a bit of a dancer as well.
Oh, really?
So we've got a couple of had a couple
I'm
of
sure
viral
there's some
hits.
charity events that need some just like special dancing.
still do-
No, hold on,
Just
wait.
still do
I want to
Pilates?
show
Yes,
you.
I still do Pilates. If you
Yeah.
want to come and do it.
What,
We
like you actually teach classes and stuff?
Yeah, so
then?
we
Where
like
do you
team up.
teach?
Guys, what do you think of
Just
this,
down
right?
there.
What do you think of this move?
No.
Yeah.
No, that's really mean.
On that note, we'll come back
This
to that
is
one.
like, this is like TikTok, 2 years ago? And I
Okay.
don't do that.
We'll come back to Pilates class then. So,
Okay.
like you said,
After you've sent us that, though.
No.
I
wanna-
don't. It's actually not good dancing.
Verity did this like, do you know that Liam Payne
I
one?
don't judge.
Strip that
By
down.
the way,
Come on,
I
you-
did this because Mikey was like, "You need to do TikTok," and I was like, "All right then." And then he was like, "Do this one."
Hold on.
Can I really
500,000
see it now?
views. So she's done well.
okay.
No, Mikey.
Woo!
This is 2 years ago.
A year ago.
And the
Nice.
the worst
Brandon
thing
in
is,
the background,
it
guys.
went round the Made in Chelsea like.
Hey!
That's not.
No, but I'd get
Bad.
mic'd up on Made in Chelsea, and he'd be like, probably haven't seen him in like 2 months. He'd be like, saw that TikTok, and I was like, what TikTok? He'd be like, they went dancing, and I was like, all right. And I go get like to the producer, and they were like, so that TikTok, and I'm like, oh my god, how many group chats am I in?
just spread around everywhere.
Don't
I
do that
feel
anymore.
you from some of the
Okay,
memes.
coming
I
back
was
to
made on-
Pilates,
Yeah,
so-
on
Pilates.
Love
Change
Island.
subject.
So, yeah. So, is there a run club now? Is there Pilates? Is there like an entrepreneurs club? Is there like
Yes,
I keep
exactly.
using the word club now. This is where I was
Yeah.
going
But it is
20
still
minutes
kind
ago.
of
but-
like a club. So we did a sick Pilates event actually just downstairs. So I took Pilates, Rumor London, who've just gone cruelty free, teamed up with us. They've got like 1 million followers. So we're really trying to like leverage off of brand partnerships, just
Yeah.
like build up our following. And it was quite cool, you know. You didn't do any Pilates, but
No, I'm not a massive Pilates fan, but like.
Like, the Pilates is good. It's good
No,
core.
I know, but like.
It's hard work.
It's hard work.
It is
And
hard
it's
work.
just, like for someone with ADHD who moves the whole time, like. it's
That's
very,
why it's a
like-
proper challenge for you.
yeah, it's good. Even if you do like 10 minutes a day, I think Pilates is actually
Yeah.
really good for you.
But we try and so we build a run club. So basically, it's like when I first got into like fitness, I was super scared about doing it, and I think that like we want to try and create a community around clean that is like one is promoting people to be a little bit healthier and being a little
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
more like
Conscious.
conscious and joining a club and speaking to people and going to run with people, and we all have like a little party out here at Clean. And then the other one is like we're massive into entrepreneurship and business, and we're super
Yeah.
fortunate to be Like,
so when's the next one of these? I'm excited for this, personally.
Next, we're doing first week of September. Last running club is the last week of August.
Yeah, I've got that in diary.
First week of
September.
Yeah. And then the Founders Club that we do, which is really cool. So
it's so sick, honestly. It's like the vibe and energy in here. It's like all these people who have, maybe they're further in their journey than us. Maybe they just started. Maybe they have no idea what they want to do, but they just want to start a business. And just the conversations you hear going on, it's so inspiring. I'm like, this is really cool.
It's 150 founders. Like everyone has to have like a business, and they all get together, and we get like a guest speaker. So James from Brewdog, Casper Lee spoke, like Victoria from a fund. But the next one as well, I think was a Grace Beverly's an investor into us. So we're gonna get her in and do like with the founder of like Trip, I think, and like we always try and like make it a bit more of a piss up because most of those founders events are super like corporate.
We've been to some really boring founders events. Like I was scared
that, make it fun, make it entertaining.
Yeah, music,
make it memorable. Wanting to do stuff.
People end up in the pool upstairs.
No,
this sounds great.
The last time I came here, everyone's drunk, right? Everyone gets super pissed because the Brewdog one as well. They all gave beers, and we're like lead the charge. We're like, right, guys, let's go. And
we want to party, we can party.
Yeah, and this guy, these people as well, they're so driven into their business, they don't really go out that much.
Yeah,
and
so when they do go out, it's just like
like the founders event, and this guy comes up to me, he's like, bro, she's like, the last time I was at this founders event, I got a date. And I was like, yeah! I was like, we're going founders speed dating next. Yeah.
Actually, I can't wait for Valentine's. I'm sure we're going to have every table sorted for
founders
that.
Very
speed
good
dating.
idea in February.
Yeah, founders speed dating.
February 14th. Yeah.
That is cool. But the problem is as well, like, I don't think like fellow founders dating match because it's like,
it's too
Guys, the diaries just don't tie up. It just doesn't work.
And it's a battle who
you're trying to do the same business as me?
Yeah. Or also it's like, I want to tell you my story about my day. I want to tell you your story. I want to say that. Like, it's just battle. Yeah.
I love it. I love that it's more than just the food. It's creating a whole. I keep looking at the word club.
It stems down from the top, though. The people that create it, the people that are at the top, which is you guys. And if you guys are so enthusiastic, so happy, and you are with everything that you do, everything you're going to do, it's going to stem down from you. So anybody that joins you in any way are going to be good.
It's one thing we were always taught, wasn't when we did pantomimes for the first time, we always came in as kind of the celebrity or star booking.
I actually want to do a pantomime.
They're the best things you will ever do.
I used to be I used to be like a dancer, like professional dancer.
This took a U-turn.
Verity's mum was like dance mums, right? Verity's mum, like
Lee from Steps. I was a backing dancer.
No, really?
Absolutely, yeah. I loved it, and I got taken out my A level. So I'd be
Pilates into dance class. Well, I'll do a dance class there with everybody.
I'd be doing my integration in the dancing in the dressing room, and then I go on stage, and it was like the best month every year I do. Like, I mean, my A levels actually I did go right in my A levels, but yeah. Then I was like, why don't you do panto? And I was like, what now? And I was like,
best things.
What would you do if I was like, I'm going to be on panto?
Yeah,
I didn't think they'd have me.
Like,
it takes up so much of your time when you're doing it, but it is over Christmas time. It's so much fun.
Yeah. What were your characters?
So we're doing Cinderella. We are. So
you're doing it again this year?
Yeah, you got Cinderella and then Prince Charming.
No,
he's Prince Charming and I'm Dandini, like the matchmaker role.
It works really well because the two roles themselves, two kind of best friends, brothers, and we do a lot of dancing together, and it just. That role just
and I got a bit of singing in there as well.
What
are you singing?
I am singing Just Haven't Met You Yet by Michael Bublé.
Oh, nice.
You always like to do a Robbie Williams one.
Let Me Entertain You is a good one.
Is Michael Bublé impressionist over here?
Yeah,
oh, really?
I'm actually not.
I can see it now.
Yeah. That's my
I've got a video of that, actually. Maybe we'll insert the video.
No.
Yes, we're going to insert video now.
Karaoke, clean dance.
Yeah. It's my backup. But I once fancied myself as a bit of a singer, right? And I was like, okay, right, I'll film myself. Right, so I got my mum and I sat on I was watching Westlife and I sat on one of these stools, right? I'm about 15,
shouldn't laugh,
right? And I get the TV remote as the mic, right? And my mum's recording because I'm like, if I listen to it back and I'm good, I've got a chance, right? I'm gonna go on X Factor or something, right? And I sing this song, Smile, Smile, though your heart is breaking. Yeah.
One of my favorite songs.
Yeah, so I get up, right? So I start the song.
If you ever want him, man, I'll sing it with you.
Yeah, there we go.
This is going to be a drunken night. That's some video, isn't it?
Can we go karaoke?
So my mum's like filming on this like old camcorder and I stand up and I go, smile, though you're... And then I like cough in the middle of it. I'm like, Mum, keep filming. So I get through it like a true professional. Anyway, I listen to it back and I'm like, oh God, Jesus Christ, no, this is terrible. Like I can't sing. I've given up my Michael Bublé impression. Anyway, months go past and the camcorder gets tossed out and my auntie asked to borrow the camcorder because my cousin, who's a year older, it's her prom, right?
Is it never deleted?
So they film all the prom, all the girls dressed up lovely and everything like that. And then about 2 weeks later, they all get round my auntie's house and they're going to watch the prom video, right? And there's all these girls in the year above, like 15 of them, like these like, you know, like hot girls in the year above type thing. And they watch it. Oh, look, there are coming out of the limo. Oh, look, there's my dress and all that kind of stuff. And at the end, there's just this cut, right? And it's me, smart. And ever since this day, like my auntie goes, go on, babes, give a smile. I'm like mortified, and they've got it. They've saved it for my wedding, so it's like
I think we need that inserted here too.
Yeah.
Can we
They've
please
got
get
it.
that?
They've got it.
I like how we're taking such a side swipe, but it makes me
Yeah,
so
it's all about
happy.
entrepreneurship here.
Yeah, the smile story.
Okay, we're going to we'll bring it back a little bit.
Life's all about having fun, though, and whatever
It
you're doing,
is.
you've got to have fun. Whether you're creating a business, whether you're just
I'd
messing
hate
around.
to be just like so corporate. Like I like being super corporate sometimes, but if you're not having fun, if you're not
quite a
enjoying the
lot
journey,
of the time.
Yeah,
Most
you
of
have
the
to.
time.
that's
You
because
go
we
like
sit down and do the
corporate.
boring
He's
parts.
very
I'm just very
black
OCD.
and white corporate.
I'm
just
I'm very.
Yeah.
Go
let's
with the
just,
flow,
let's just
give
do
it
it. Let's
a
give
go.
it.
That's good
sod
though.
it,
You need
yeah.
to have the both, I
Yeah.
guess. Like
We'll just have a bit of fun.
Control
We'll
and
make
chaos.
it happen.
we're two, but I think we're two. Both of us are like
Yeah,
we're both like
give it a go.
yeah, give it a go and like not so then the corporate ones try and rein us in.
Yeah.
Like that spends a lot of time doing that. And me and Verity are very go with the flow. Like
I think I rein it in more than you.
yeah.
Well, we'll find
you-
out on a
you're
night
quite
out,
fun,
I'm sure.
yeah. Oh no,
On
not
an
on the night
investor's
out.
night out.
Not on the night out.
Oh God, no,
Verity goes for it.
I'm full.
Oh,
time.
she's out the window.
4 days
I'll
later.
bring the box at 4 a.m. Work
Yeah,
it
4
tonight.
days.
That's what we like.
4 days later.
Oh, I'm good at it. I keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, this podcast is sponsored by FINT. So it's a financial investment app, and quite clearly, you guys have taken on seed funding and investing. How do you feel about taking fundamentally people's money to help grow the company and, well, hopefully give them an investment back in the future?
Pressure. Yeah, pressure.
But it's also, I think it's a pressure and a privilege.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
on all these people's money and they're expecting something back, but at the same time, they're believing in you, and that gives you so much hope and motivation to succeed.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing about it. Like it just it's amazing to see that people believe in the vision, and and we want to take it further, and it just motivates you every day to be like, right, let's go and kill it. Let's get it to where it needs to be, and we're very super fortunate and everything like that to have some good investors, and
And talking about investing and education and things, a key thing that I feel in schools and stuff, do you reckon we could change the education system slightly towards the end of schools, like end of year 11, going into A-level, sixth form, teach people a little bit about just knowledge,
Simple
money.
things,
Yes, absolutely. So I think I went to actually this weird parents' evening with an investor, and it was like a VC evening, and he was like, "Oh, you can get some investment here." And I actually think I did pick up a couple of
I love this.
and I was speaking to the headmistress, and I was like, "This is so cool
Yeah.
that you are teaching the younger generation about they can be a founder, they can start their own business." Because when I was at school, I was like, I'm either a doctor or a lawyer kind of thing. Like that's just how I was programmed. I had to go to university. That's just not the case. So I think this like wider education system about business is so important.
Yeah, and I think also as well, what other thing is important is like people see so much online, and these guys like selling like the lifestyle and the dream. Be like a lot of the guys like these gurus, they faked it till they made it, so they never had any sort of business, and they're
100%,
selling this lifestyle. Be like, if you listen to this, but
And
how
they're
they make
making
money,
all their money off people
courses, buying
giving
that.
it.
Yeah.
Blows my brain.
Yeah, but it's like business is hard, and founding a business is so hard. Like it's much harder than being a YouTuber. It's much harder than having a 9-to-5. It's much like things don't happen overnight. Things cost more, and things take more time than you think. And you have to be so tough and so resilient.
Obsessive.
Yeah, and it's like, please, like if I can give any advice to anyone as well,
I was
like,
just going to say, what is your one bit of advice for anybody out there?
don't go in it unless you're truly up for it and like you're passionate. Don't be like, okay, I want to start this business but give up in 2 years and then take people's money and everything like that and raise investment and it doesn't work out, because as soon as you go, right, I'm going to raise investment, that is other people backing you, and that is like you are locked in to it, and it can be hard, like can be amazing highs, but there can be so many lows, and it's like, it is not all that it's cracked up to be in terms of, you see like these movies or people making it, hearing about it and things like that. Well, sometimes, there is that stage where you just have to really think about it. Like not every business is going to be a Prime or a Brewdog or a, the clean kitchen. No, but not every business is going to be a Prime Brewdog or a whatever
Clean
like
kitchen.
clean kitchen.
Well,
but like a lot of the businesses, one in 20 make it. Like that's 1 in 20 make it. So it's like, be so careful about dedicating your life to it, and be so careful about, you just got to make sure that you're truly passionate about it, make sure that you're up for it, make sure you believe in it, and make sure the product works. And also knowing when to quit. Like, if you believe in something so much, but it's not working, and it's not like, that it's not a product, or you're not going to get the sales. No, to be like, maybe that's not the best bit of the advice. Like, maybe that's not the best business.
So for you, like hitting the nail on the head with one of the restaurants, like, it's not working, we have to pull the plug, we have to be sensible and understand where we need to put our money and protect our investors themselves.
Yeah, of course. And that's the thing. Like, some of my friends have started businesses and they've had the worst year of their life. Crying, tears, sleepless nights, and everything like that. And it's like, just don't listen to those like gurus who'd be like, if you listen to this, this is the 5 tips to make money, or if you could be a business owner. Mate, it's so much funner to have my dad has been in a corporate company his whole life, right? He has the best life. He's worked his way up the corporate ladder. He's done really, really well. He never has to worry about his paycheck. He never has to worry about like, when's the next, can he pay himself, or can he do this, or like, can he do that? He has the chilledest life ever. So if you're not one of those people who likes confrontation, or likes to battle, or likes to fight, and all that kind of stuff, then there is no harm in being like, I want to pursue a 9 to 5, or I want to pursue a career, and
still become very successful doing that.
Still become successful, or it's all about being happy, I guess. And that's the thing.
And I think timing is everything. I think also when you get to about 30, I think you know enough about yourself and enough about life to really know what you're passionate about and really know how to do it. I think if anything, maybe we were a bit young when we like took on this money, etc. But we found ourselves, we found our path through it. So it's maybe you can do it in 10 years' time. You don't have to do it now.
Everyone's time scale throughout life is different. You
Yeah.
really need to work to your time scale. We all learn and grow in a different rate, and I think people need to
everything
definitely
happens
learn
for a
that.
reason at a certain time. That's for sure.
But
Don't
I
compare yourself with other people, because sometimes you see. I always remember when I was 18 years old, I thought I'd have a family, I'd be settled down by 27 years old, I'd be everything, I'd be fully complete in this and that. But really, I still feel young now and stuff. So don't compare yourself to other people, and don't think these things are going to happen. I think.
But also as well, lesson. Like, people see like, they're like so incensed by money, and they're like, if I'm going to start this business, I'm going to make loads of money. You don't make money from the first 3 years of business like yourself. Like you're the last one to be paid at the end of the month. If you've got enough, great. You're the first person to bail out the company or put money in yourself. Like,
well, even like COVID, we were running a tour, and well, you definitely didn't get paid. Every dancer got paid, and the people got paid.
I didn't.
We got left.
You ever get paid?
Still smiling though.
No, we got left with the VAT bill, the tax bill. The government wanted their money. We would.
But you had fun though. It was a good tour.
It was awesome.
It was great.
Minus
I told
you
her,
stopped dead.
literally,
I'd have been there. I'd been back
we
and
found out through Twitter that the rest of our shows were cancelled.
Think of that as a production house, and you find out via Twitter that every theater's closing the next day.
We hadn't even been told on our own tour.
And we were like halfway through the show, I was like, okay, working out my financials in the.
I whispered to his ear. I said,
Kurt told me before I walked on to go do a performance.
Rest of the tour's been cancelled, and he walked on.
And then in half the interval, I was working out how much we're going to be in debt, and if we could pay our dancers like for like, and it was like you pay everybody that wants to, you can't. You as the owner is like, you're the last one.
Yeah. How do you guys deal with stress? Because I feel like cortisol has such an effect on the body, like physically and mentally. Like, how do you guys deal with it?
I'd say it has to be meditation is a massive thing for me. I do a lot of Wim Hof meditation at the moment. I think that's a great one to do. And for my fitness, that helps a lot because it over-oxygenates your blood, over-oxygenates your body, so you can actually get more air into yourself, and you can act and work longer and harder without as much oxygen, so you are fitter naturally.
Wow.
And fitness itself. I go through ins and outs of fitness, but I do have to definitely say exercise does really make a difference. It does make you feel just better with yourself. But the main thing is, do things you enjoy doing. If you're not doing things you enjoy doing, whether you've got all the money in the world, whether you've got loads of things around you, you're not going to be happy.
Endless money.
Yeah, you need to do things you enjoy, whatever it is, whether it's art, whether it's racing, whether it's blimmin' Pilates, whatever it is, do things you enjoy. The best way to be happy.
Yeah, I think for me, it comes down to routine. I like to try and have routine. And in our life, we don't have routine. So that's the hardest thing for me. Going to the gym every day. I have to go to the gym for an hour every day. If I don't go to the gym for an hour, I go psycho. Like even missing one day, I literally get agitated, and that's just my version of you would meditate and lie down. But that is my thing. I'll focus on my clean, my rep, my deadlift, and I focus on that exact movement is my calm. And I put my phone down and don't look at it, and literally don't allow anybody to look at my Apple Watch. And that's my time, and making sure that is my time, because the rest of my time outside that, you dealing like in the UK time zone, and then you hit American time zone, and you feel like your time just, and you don't have any time. So making sure your time is your time.
Yeah. I've got my core group of friends as well, which are all up north, to be fair, which I've known like all my life, and I'll always go back to them. I'll speak to them if there's any situations going on in my life. They're my people to talk to.
They're not going to judge you. They know
Nothing.
you.
I can literally act however I want in front of them. I could cry my eyes out. I could shout. I could do what I want. And I know they're not going to judge me. And call me granddad as well. Yeah. I love my granddad. That's the guy that'll always tell me straight as well. Yeah. Yeah. What do you guys do? What your little...
Yeah, it's got to be exercise. I mean, you just get such a rush of endorphins and like dopamine.
It's just the best thing ever.
It's obvious.
When somebody says they don't do exercise, I'm like,
even walking, like
anything. Yeah, just get out of your four walls in your house sometimes.
Like nature. It's just it's super important.
I was saying before the podcast, I'm a country bumpkin, and you were saying you love the country. Yeah, just more freedom. Yeah.
And it inspires you as well. And you think differently.
Definitely.
I always do all my like really like if I've got like a confrontational call or something, I'll go to the gym, and on my walk home, I'll be like, yes, I'm up.
Yes.
I'll tell them who's boss.
Yeah. You go.
Boss ass bitch workout. Yeah. Cold showers are a good one as well in the morning. Yeah. Great to just literally lower stress in your whole body.
I did it preparing for SAS Who Dares Wins. Cold showers for 6 months, and then we ended up going to a hot country, and I was like, this is...
I've been doing it for years now.
We did actually, I was like, I've frigging trained for the freezing ice.
For Scotland, didn't we?
I trained for Scotland. I went to the Middle Eastern Jordan and burning
30 degrees.
Yeah, it was freezing at night time, don't get me wrong, but I was like, I'm not a cold. I like having a cold dip if I have a proper ice bath, but not like, turn it down on cold.
I love it every morning. It freshens you and wakes you up. Full cold shower straight away.
For walkouts.
Yeah.
I did it the other day, actually. My mate told me at cricket, and I did it. But then I basically, what I do, right? So because you know how the shower's cold and then goes hot when you have it on the temperature. I'll just get straight in it. So I'm like, I have a little bit of cold, then it gets hot.
No, you need to finish on cold, so then your body naturally has to warm itself.
So that's just pointless then.
Yeah.
I'm getting in this cold shower.
Well, no, it's not. Because you're still doing it, so it's still good for you. But yeah, finish on cold. I think it's ideally supposedly better, so your organs have to try and warm themselves back up. Yeah. So yeah.
I just don't think I just get stressed. I have no coping mechanism with
I was gonna say I say all this, but I still get stressed.
We had this guy called Paolo who was like the most amazing employee, and he just told Mikey, "Look at the color blue."
Yeah. This is meant to work. Green or blue. Do not look at red. Don't look at reds. Red's are bad.
It was like this personal development.
Very true. Green and blue.
I was in this personal development session with our head of HR. Hour and a half goes by, and the only thing we came out of was, if you get stressed, get a little bit of a blue paper and look at that.
Like, you'd be like, where's the blue?
Where's the blue? Yeah, give me my blue now.
Give him the blue quick.
Yeah.
Aside from got a blue tattoo.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
that does it for me.
We're going to see look at the blue.
What were you supposed to
give me the blue now?
Verity, where's your blue?
She's like,
where's my blue every day?
I feel like starting like a recipe of disaster for these two going out or something. I feel like there's a
I'll make sure I wear a blue shirt.
Curtis, is there anything else you want to ask? Honestly, I've enjoyed this conversation so much. We'll have to do this again in the future.
We've got a lot of energy.
Yeah, but as you've grown and as you open more and more restaurants around the country,
I'm so excited. I feel like I'm part of the family. I'm not even in the
family. We do loads of parties as well. Like, you have to come to our party.
Yeah,
we will do the founders event. It is so much fun.
Yeah, brilliant.
And you can even do a little speaker if you want to do.
Yeah, that'd be actually good, actually. Yeah, you should, because we always basically, how we try and mix it up is like a founder with a celebrity founder.
So
the celebrity pulls the crowd, and then the other founder is like the
advice.
Yeah.
Makes the crowd go to sleep.
So that's how we try and always kind of do it.
Let's do something. That'd be cool, actually. Yeah.
And also, you guys, this is meant to be coffee. Verity has been drinking red wine.
I wasn't going to say it.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that to me?
It's right here.
She's shaking as she sort of lifts it back. That's what being a founder
Does he
does.
literally?
Verity's like,
That's how I deal with my
Turns
stress.
you into an alcoholic. Yeah.
can we
Actually,
edit that out?
I worked on a cruise
Can we
ship and
edit
that
that?
turned you into an alcoholic.
Really?
I'll tell you that. Yeah.
All you can eat and everything, all you can drink.
Oh yeah, but
Cruise ship.
I was doing 2
Hell
shows
no.
a day every single day, like for about 6
You
months.
did it for. I did 2 weeks and I thought never again.
Oh,
Really?
it's great because it's all international water. So anybody that does want to work on a cruise ship, all international water, so it's tax-free money. So it's
It didn't mean that
great.
you saved any of it, did it?
No, but you get cabin fever, so you end up just like spending the
In
money.
the ship.
You just need to just buy things just
wow.
to
That's
survive.
like- that's
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Then you turn into an alcoholic and you just got to buy things. Really don't
Yeah.
do it.
What were you buying? Like key rings?
No,
cruise ship
ordering
has a
them.
No,
nice,
just
Not
like random different, like
Oh,
room
like-
You're not on the-
service
you're
or.
Yeah, you're not on the boat the whole time.
Or you go off to shore and I like
Got
bought a GoPro that I never used the GoPro. I bought all the accessories for it.
It's
I
on
bought
a
loads
ship.
of-
You can buy like Rolexes and
Yeah,
nice
you can-
things.
yeah, you
They
can
do
buy,
have
like,
proper-
Proper
yeah.
key rings.
Not just key rings.
I mean, they
Come
do
back,
good.
Mr. T.
Cookie rings. Yeah. So on that note, maybe don't work on a cruise ship. At that point, we're going to end this podcast now. No, thanks for listening, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it. These two are absolute legends.
Honestly, yeah, no, thank
And
you so much,
congratulations.
Mikey
Thanks for
Verity,
having
for your
us.
time,
Awesome.
and thank you for hosting us and allowing us to eat because we did try a bit of everything before. It was awesome.
Yeah,
You
you
should- yeah,
shocked me. Food was fantastic.
Yeah. And
Proper
you guys
good.
paid as well. Thank you very much. Like that's very sweet.
Oh, we need that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or they give it to you for free.
we did
There
pay.
you go.
Oh!
Yeah.
No,
I-
bro,
oh,
cut this. Cut this. yeah.
The thing
We
is,
offered to pay.
That's
We
very
offered
sweet
to
though.
pay.
Well done. That's good.
she
That's
actually
good.
said you would kill her if you made us pay.
Oh.
Well,
I'm
word
good.
for word.
I need that revenue.
Katie's the
No,
best.
she
Katie's
didn't.
the best.
No, because you were giving out free chicken nuggets all of yesterday, apparently.
We've heard
and
this
she said
story,
like,
yeah.
there
As long
was
as you
2
give a
minutes
good
going
review.
out.
5 stars.
Yeah,
That's how I get
yeah.
the reviews.
Yeah.
Chris Brown.
I feel like such an idiot now because you were like, oh, and you paid, thank you. Oh,
No, because I was just
shit.
thinking I
Did
didn't
you do that
tell
on
the
purpose?
team to look after you. I forgot,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, that's really sweet. That's very
we
good.
would have happily.
Mikey
paid.
was like around the
We
corner
would
to send a photo of Seth, and he's like, "Oh, it looks cool." I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, we've been here for.
That was Verity's fault, though. Verity's fault.
I'm always late.
I
Fashionably
did hear
late.
that
It's
on some of
okay.
your
With
YouTube
a-
videos.
Yeah.
With
Always
a wine.
late.
Yeah.
Coffee
All
cup.
right. Okay.
We'll blame last night. We'll blame your business meetings last
Yeah.
night.
If there's
Yeah.
any handoffs that you want to do, like
Yeah.
socials or Mikey Pearce YouTube page, still got 351,000.
It's now,
It's clean, but Mikey's still there.
that's died a painful death, I'm afraid. But Verity is trying her luck on TikTok at the moment, so
Am I?
get following.
I thought I'd give it a go.
Yeah, Clean Kitchen UK on Instagram, and we have Clean
TikTok,
Kitchen UK TikTok.
LinkedIn, the lot.
Yeah,
Loads of
Batty
dance
Power Station,
videos.
come and say hi.
yeah, and the new location dropping in October.
Yeah.
Sick.
And what's this?
Strawberries and cleans.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is
It's banging. I'll
Cheers,
give it to you.
bro.
Yeah.
Cheers.
This is nice.
Cheers, guys.
Get
Yeah,
that last
more
bit of
wine.
void.
Where did you get the red wine from? We don't sell red wine.
Stash.
You got in,
Maybe
in every
Gideon's
clean
with a
kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, guys, thank you so much. Love that. Just before we go anywhere, thank you very much for listening to Freedom Impact Trust. We love your feedback, so please do leave a review because it helps others find us, doesn't it, Curtis?
Yes, it does. Comment, subscribe, like, share it to a friend. Let everybody in the world know that this is the podcast that you're enjoying and let us know what you loved about it. We enjoy talking to you guys. We enjoy having fun and we can't wait to see you and hear you on the next episode.
Plus, we want to thank our sponsor, FINT, the financial investment app, making investing easy from as little as £50 a month. You guys are awesome. We love you. We're part of you.
Don't forget, it's all through 3 portfolios, AJ. Nice and simple.
I know. Have a great day.
See you later, guys.